Well, a new report slams Canadian political leaders' recent efforts to try and break down the internal trade barriers.
Well, CTV's Colton Prale joins us live with more on this. Good morning, Colton.
Good morning. Yeah, it takes big aim at Ontario, big aim at the federal government. The real thesis of this report is that this might be beneficial, but it's certainly not going to be $200 billion worth of benefits. And that's the number that we've seen touted by premiers, by the Prime Minister. And really the concerns in this report aren't just that the economic gains are, in their words, going to be quite modest, but also that provinces and the federal government are giving up controls that are incredibly necessary to their ability to govern and protect themselves in the future, not just to protect workers, but to have real ability to have hands-on control over certain key sectors. So on the economic front, it points out that we have had free trade agreements between provinces for quite some time now, and there's been relatively few disputes over the time that those have existed. Under the CFTA that's been in place since 2017, there's only been fewer than a dozen really significant disputes, and most of those were solved relatively quickly. And so it uses that to say if there were significant issues, if businesses really were struggling and they wanted to address those issues at a provincial board or in front of the courts, they could have done that. Because they haven't, it likely suggests that those issues aren't as important as some of the other barriers that businesses say are a real challenge to them. Things like transportation, because even if you do drop all of the free trade barriers that are in place, you still have to deal with the fact that shipping to British Columbia is a lot further away than shipping to New York. And so that's one part of this. The other really significant element is that by excluding or dropping all of these free trade exclusions, they say they're also leaving themselves very vulnerable. Ontario dropped controls that would give the LCBO exclusivity, for example, that would give them control over their energy grid. These are the types of things that they say are a little more dangerous, and if we move too quickly, we could find ourselves going to the bottom rather than bringing the bottom up.
Interesting report. Okay, CTV's Colton Prale live in Ottawa. For us this morning, Colton, appreciate this. Thank you.
Thank you.